Good morning, everybody, and happy snow day. Happy Wednesday, guys. So, as you know, normally Wednesdays are my Goodwill hunting days. But when I woke up to snow and then had to shovel said snow, I kind of figured I would take a snow day, which is actually good for two reasons. Reason number one, this weekend I have 50% off coupons that are good towards any local area Goodwill. So I should probably save my Goodwill hunting for a couple days from now, as opposed to doing it today and finding all these great deals that I possibly could get for 50% off come this weekend. So, yeah, probably shouldn't do any Goodwill hunting today anyway. But on top of that, I have been working on something down here in the library. Some of you guys actually, with really good eyes, picked up on it yesterday. You noticed some like blank spots on my walls, some open areas, and you were asking what that is all about, and that has to do with something big I'm working on down here in the library because you guys know me, I'm never finished. I'm always moving things around, putting stuff in new areas, reorganizing things. I just can't let good enough be. I always have to be moving things. So yes, I did just move the entire library around only like a few months ago. In fact, just last month, I finished the entire move, and already I'm moving more stuff, and that is what we're going to take a look at today. So, all of last night, I actually stayed up way too late, but last night into today, I've been working on it a little bit today, and will continue to work on it. I've been doing this move, so let's take a look at what I've been working on. Okay, so like I said, some of you guys notice things like this big empty spots in my collection. What is this all about? Why are there so many empty areas? And that is for a really good reason. So something I decided to do was take all of my CDs. Yeah, my CDs are over here on this on the wall now, and they're not staying there. This is temporary. As you know, they used to be up in the rafters, and we'll get to that in a second. So what I decided to do was take all my CDs down, and I am now putting them into these CD binders. Now, I know some of you guys are probably saying, whoa, wait a minute. Aren't you the guy who always says never put your discs inside sleeves or binders or anything like that? And yes, I most definitely am. You will never see my DVDs, my Blu-rays, my HD DVDs, any disc format, cinematic disc format I own, you will never find them in binders, or at least that's what I'm saying right now. You will never find them in binders because binders will scratch your media. Media is meant to be in a case. It's not meant to be in a sleeve or a binder. It should not be in there. However, when it comes to CDs, I'm not as OCD as I am about my cinematic media. I don't really care as much about making sure they never have even the most slightest little mark on them. That's not such a big concern to me. In fact, I don't usually buy DVDs or Blu-rays or whatever with any little scratches on them. Even if I look at them and go, this is probably not going to affect playback, 9 times out of 10, unless it's something like really rare or something that I really want to get my hands on, I'm going to pass on it. CDs, on the other hand, if it's a little bit marked up, not a big deal. I'll still buy it. So I don't really care so much about my CDs going into binders. I'm actually okay with that. This is not an issue for me. So the reason I'm doing this is because this actually gives me a whole boatload more space. As you can see, I actually have a lot of CDs, more than I actually thought I had. Once I put them on these shelves, I was like, wow, that's actually quite a bit of CDs I've bought over the last couple years. I've actually only started collecting CDs over the last few years, and already I've got a pretty good collection. So that is one reason why I want to put them in these binders here, because again, it's going to save me a lot of space and open up some more room. And again, I'm perfectly fine with this. I do have all the artwork. I don't actually have 8 discs to a page, even though each page is double-sided and holds 8 discs. I actually only have 4 discs to a page. So it's the actual discs themselves on top, and then the artwork, the back and front artwork on the bottom. I have the whole thing It's kind of blown out. Let me see if I can get that. There you go. The whole thing is like that. So as you can see. So that's my plan, to put all my CDs in binders. I still have a long way to go, but I have begun that transition. Now you may be thinking, what did I do with the space up in the rafters where my CDs used to reside? And that is where all these empty spaces in my collection come into play. What I've decided to do, and I think this is actually pretty amazing. I'm really excited about this. I've decided, and I don't know if you guys can see this, I've decided to put all of my, not all my box sets, but a lot of my box sets up into the rafters. Can you guys see up there? I hope you can. It's looking a little dark on camera, I assure you. There you go. It's kind of a good shot. So yes, that is what I've started doing. I started putting box sets up into the rafters. And now I'm not talking just DVD or just Blu-ray. This is DVD, Blu-ray, VHS. I think that's it. Those are the three formats that are up there. But any VHS, DVD, Blu-ray box sets I have that take up a lot of room on the wall. You know, something maybe like this one that didn't make it up there. But you know, ones like that are just big ones that hold like 9 discs in like standard size cases that are just a huge and insanely large box sets. They are going up there now. And I even took a bunch of the collectible box sets that I had on these shelves here. These shelves are dedicated to hold all my like big, large collectible pieces that come in very large packaging. I've even taken some of these and put them up into the rafters as well. And it's a huge mess back here now. I still have to reorganize all this. I'm still in the process of doing this move. I have not finished this yet. Like I said, I've only been working on it for maybe not even a day now-ish, and I've gotten pretty far actually. But because once I start working on something, I go completely into it, and I will get done it as quickly as possible. So that's what I've been doing. So again, all my CDs that used to be up in the rafters are now going into binders, which again will save me a ton of space. And again, I'm not against putting CDs in binders because I'm not as OCD about 100% protecting them as much as I am my cinematic media. And they're not going to be moving very much. Like, you know, I might want to watch the Cleveland show or something like that a few times, and I don't want to have them coming in and out of like a CD binder because it could scratch the discs. My CDs, once I get these, I put them on the iTunes and they never get touched. I have these because I want to have the actual physical media, but I really don't ever use my CDs. They're not going to leave that case very often, if ever, because again, I have them in iTunes. I have them on my buying that iPod. I don't know if, did you guys know I bought an iPod recently? Complete waste of money because I did not realize iPhones nowadays have so many gigs on them that I could put my music on here and still have plenty of space for apps and still have plenty of space for filming and whatnot and editing and all that stuff. It's insane now. So I don't even use my iPod anymore. I just have everything on my iPhone. So yeah, I put all my music on here. So those CDs will never like leave that case. So it's not a big deal. They're not going to get scratched. They're fine in there. So again, CDs leaving the rafters, going into binders, big box sets, big VHS box sets, DVD box sets, Blu-ray box sets, all going up into the rafters, which by the way, I also think looks really good because my CDs only took up, I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, I think four rafter shelves my CDs took up, and then I was just beginning to start at number 5. This fills up all the rafters. I mean, the entire rafters are now full of box sets, and I think they look really good up there. It really fills in that space, makes it look a bit more impressive. So I love it up there. What I also love is, oh man, this is great. I don't know if you guys can see this stuff, but my Dragon Ball box sets, I have the entire Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT VHS collection with those amazing murals on the spines there. If you guys can kind of see that. I love those, but they were all displayed just like the rest of my VHS tapes, all right here with this big open spaces. All my Dragon Ball was there, and you can only see the top of the artwork, which doesn't have any sort of a mural on it. So now all the murals are displayed. They're looking great. I even put some of my my VHS sets that came like with murals, like the He-Man, New Adventures of He-Man, She-Ra, and then the He-Man reboot. Each one of the spines comes with like a mural, and they all go together. I put that up in the rafters, so they're all together now. So stuff like that's going up there. I think it looks great. So what this also does is, again, it opens up a lot of space. I mean, look at all this VHS space, and there's a whole bunch of gaps along the shelves as well. Big, whoa, as I fall over things, big gaps like this in my collection as well, which is great now because I can film all this up. Now, again, every time I do a move like this, the first thing that people assume, because I always say, oh, I made all this space, people assume that I need this space. Like, oh, he's already running out of room. He has to move everything to make more space. And no, that's not the case. I will need more space. Eventually, those sections will, those empty spaces will get filled eventually. But right now, I don't need that space. I have plenty of space down here for a little while yet. I'm pretty good to go. But I'm just always thinking of ways to make more space, ways to improve things. Even if I don't need that space at this moment, if I can think of a way, if a way to make more space pops into my head, I'm going to go with it. I might not need the space at this moment, but someday, somewhere down the line, I will. So why not get working on it and get myself ready for the future? So right now, I have these binders down here. All of these are actually full of CDs. I've already loaded up all of these. The bad part is these right here. This is like the one you just saw on my table that I have that I actually have the CDs in. I love these binders. They are perfect. They hold, I think, 208. I only have half of that, obviously, again, because I don't have 8 discs per page. I only have 4 discs per page plus artwork. So, yeah, these are supposed to hold like 208, but they're really good. The quality of these is amazing. It's this vinyl outside, or sorry, nylon, not vinyl, nylon outside. The pages are really like, I don't know if I'm gonna say thick. They feel really good. Like the pages are like well manufactured. They're not cheap. The plastic's not thin. It's nice thick plastic. I don't feel like they're gonna fall apart. I really, really like these binders. I bought these a long time ago. I don't remember why. I guess I was putting some, I think I was actually putting some burnt CDs I had back in the day in these, I think. I forget why I bought these, but I bought like 5 of them. So I have these. Unfortunately, they don't make them anymore. I was so bummed to find that out. I went to Walmart, Target, Kmart, Staples, etc., 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 looking for these or something similar to these, and nobody had it. I even went on to their websites, nothing. And you're probably thinking, well, did you check Amazon? I did. They're not even on Amazon, not even on eBay. These are no longer manufactured. And that really bums me out because I like them. So I went to Target and bought one of these bigger ones that hold a little bit more. And these are pretty good as well. They're not, the quality of these isn't nearly what these are. It's like this cheap, like faux, like leather on the outside. The actual, the pages, the plastic's kind of thin. These do work. They're going to be good. The price on these is not bad. I'm probably just going to get a whole bunch more of these. But I wish I could find these or at least something similar to these, but I can't. I found things online that are somewhat similar, but there's little differences, like what do I want to say, the way the pages are, like they're not as good. Some of them use 3-ring binders. None of these use binders. I hate 3-ring binders because pages always get caught. Some of the ones I saw that are very similar to this use, again, 3-ring binders. I don't want that. So I wish I could find more of these. I can't. I'll always be on the lookout. But it is what it is. So I'll probably just buy a few more of these. And then I'm sure in the future, when I need more of these won't be made anymore. And I'll have to move on to like an even different one. So I'm sure in time I'll have like 50 different styles of CD cases or CD binders, but it is what it is. These are more CDs here. Unfortunately, not every CD can go into the binder. Some come in these like, you know, more paper type cases. Some of them come in like DVD cases and whatnot. So unfortunately, not every single DVD can go into a binder, but that's okay. It still saves me a ton of room. So again, that is what I've been working on for the past almost day now. A lot of work to be done still. I have to move all my DVDs over, or sorry, my VHS over, because I have those big gaps now. I want to get rid of those gaps. So I have to move all of that. Again, I have to reorganize these shelves. I still have to put all of my CDs into binders. I have to buy binders and then put my CDs into them. That's going to take, I don't even want to think about how long that's going to take. And these gaps, I'm just going to leave them for now because I'll fill them in as time goes on. I plan on just leaving the gaps as they are because, again, they will get filled in. I'm not going to move all my DVDs over. That would be just insane. There's really no need to do that. Those gaps will probably be filled up in like the next month, knowing me. So again, that's what I've been working on. That's what I've been spending my snow day doing and what I will continue to spend my snow day doing. So CDs are getting moved. Box sets have already been moved, and I have a lot of work ahead of me, but you guys know me. I can't sit down. I always have to be doing something. I always have to be moving something. I'm never satisfied. But all right, guys, so that is it. So if you have any questions, by all means, leave some comments down below. But I'm going to go. I have stuff to move. So as always, guys, thank you so much for checking this video out. Be sure to hit that like button down below. Also, if you want to see a brand new video from me every single day, hit that subscribe button and you're going to get one. Also, be sure to check out Patreon where you can help support the show. The simple donation of $1 really does help out. Goes a long way. Goes right back into these videos. Also, be sure to check. Oh, it also gives you early access to most of my videos as well. Also, be sure to check out Spreadshirt where you can grab yourself many designs of Cinema Sickness t-shirts and hats and hoodies and buttons and all kinds of other cool Cinema Sickness gear. Again, proceeds do help the show. And as always, most importantly, check out the Cinema Sickness store on Instagram where you can pick up all kinds of awesome media. Again, proceeds are very important, really do help out, and mean a lot. So links to everything can be found down below in the description of this video. So again, that is it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. However, there is one big downfall with this move, and that is empty CD jewel cases. As you can see, they are starting to pile up, and I'm going to have a lot more. Now, I could recycle these, but I sort of don't want to get rid of them because I have this fear that someday we will move into maybe a bigger house or a house with a bigger library, or maybe somewhere down the line I'll figure out some new place to put all my CDs, and I'll want to put them back into jewel cases. And if I get rid of these, I'll have to buy just an insane amount of jewel cases to put my artwork back in them. So I kind of want to keep these. So I'm thinking I might just box them all up and put them in the attic, but man, that's going to be a lot of boxes of jewel cases.